Good evening, everyone. Today is Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. This is the Tempe Elementary Regular Governing Board meeting. I call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, 1.03. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 1.04, approval of tonight's agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 2.01, approval modification of minutes from the August 20, 2025 Governing Board meeting. Do I have a motion?
Madam President, I move approval of the minutes from August 20th, 2025.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Aye. Motion passes. Item 3.01, approval of consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve. Motion to approve tonight's consent agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I'd like to thank Vanguard for the donation of school supplies to support Broadmoor Elementary School and our school counselors. I'd also like to thank the Tempe Diablos for their $7,500 grant. Item 4.01, Celebrate Excellence. I'll turn it over to our superintendent, Dr. Driscoll.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board. Tonight I have a few items to celebrate. Broadmoor Elementary fifth grade teacher, and I practice this all day. Anisi Sharanik, yes, was recently named Tempe Elementary Teacher of the Year. She is known for fostering meaningful relationships with her students while also driving remarkable growth. Last year, 89% of her students scored in the high growth category for ELA on the AASA test, the highest in the entire district. Ms. Sharanik will also be honored on the field at ASU's football game on September 13th at halftime as part of the City of Tempe celebration. We are proud to have her on the Tempe Elementary team. At McCamey Academy, student leadership is thriving. Recently, student council candidates participated in a presidential debate ahead of Election Day, showcasing their ideas and vision for improving the McCamey experience. This event not only gave candidates the chance to share their platforms, but also provides students with the real world and civic engagement, respectful debate, and collaborative problem solving. Sperkelly Elementary has launched a creative approach to encourage student attendance and punctuality. On Mondays and Fridays, 10 student names are drawn during morning announcements. If those students are present and on time, they receive the NBA Never Be Absent lanyard, which comes with the sought-after incentives like choosing a lunch buddy, and my personal favorite, going to the front of the lunch line and earning a $5 Hawk Bucks. Classes with perfect attendance are also celebrated with $5 Hawk Bucks for each student. We appreciate the different ways our school sites are motivating students to be at school on time and ready to learn. Holdeman Elementary hosted the first drive-through food pantry of the year on August 21st. In total, 155 families received over 8,200 pounds of perishable and non-perishable food items. This program is supported by the Toyota Driving Possibilities Grants and additional community support. The drive-through food distribution takes place once a month throughout the school year and is open to all district families. And that concludes my Celebrate Excellence.
Thank you, Dr. Driscoll. 5.01, open call to the public. I'm seeing no blue cards. Is that correct, Brittany? Okay, thank you. 6.01, discussion, consideration, and possible approval to change or cancel the October 15th, 2025 Governing Board meeting. The reason why we are bringing this up is it's the Tempe has a tradition of hosting the Don Carlos Awards on that evening, and we have several, every year we have several amazing community members who are recognized at that event, and so we thought that we would like to go to that and thank them for their service to the community. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the cancellation of the October 15th Governing Board meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'm opening it up for discussion. Mr. Thierry?
Thank you, Madam President. Mr. Thompson, we had talked about there's something that's due on the 15th, and you had suggested maybe talking about it that day. Do you want to shed some light on that for us?
Yes. President Ewers, members of the board, October 15th is when the annual financial report is due. So that is the deadline for it. So we can do it anytime before that, but we have to it has to be approved by the board before October 15th or on October 15th. So it's kind of the perfect timing in that it gave us the most amount of time to prepare it when the board meeting date is on the 15th. But we'll have to do it before that. So from a preparation standpoint, I believe we have another meeting do we have an October 1st meeting as well? It wouldn't be the ideal thing to move up the deadline for us by 2 weeks, for me personally, for my workload. So if we could do a special meeting, a Zoom, an online meeting for 20 minutes or half an hour, how long it would take, on maybe the Monday or the Tuesday or earlier that day on Wednesday, that would be preferable from the standpoint of getting it prepared.
Mr. Lemon?
Thank you, Madam President. Yeah, I'd go for an online meeting with just that one item, and it's either earlier in the day or next day or something, but right around, it can't be the next day, so it's got to be before.
You're right, correct. It could be the Monday or Tuesday. That would be, the week, of that week. That would be fine. That would still give us plenty of time without moving it up 2 weeks in advance.
But you'll have the necessary documents for us to look at and study before then, is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Mrs. Windsor?
Yeah, I'd like to propose to change the motion to make it a virtual meeting since all of us are working, on our lunch hour that same day, since Wednesday we're used to meeting, and for the public, they're used to Wednesdays being meetings, but do it at the lunch hour. Whatever time our lunch is.
Okay, so then I need to do a second on that so we can vote on that if
Yeah.
we've got one.
Do you want me to restate it?
Yes, please.
I'd like to make a motion to change the October 15th governing board meeting to a virtual one starting at 11:30, 12?
What time is your guys' lunch hour? 12.
12. At 12 noon.
Second.
All those and does that give you enough time, Mr. Thompson? Okay.
That's fantastic.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Boom, way to solve a problem. Six point zero four, discussion, consideration, and possible approval of a data voting agreement, data sharing agreement between Tempe Elementary School District Number 3 and the Salt River Project. Do I have a motion? Oh, do I have a comment?
6:02, not 12.
Did I say 6:02?
6:02.
Let me try again. 6.02, discussion, consideration, and possible approval of a data sharing agreement between Tempe Elementary School District Number 3 and the Salt River Project. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the data sharing agreement between Tempe Elementary and the Salt River Project.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And then up for discussion, Mr. Lemon.
Thank you. When I was reading the documents, they had one of the addresses for Salt River Project on 2727 East Washington Street. I go by there, and there's nobody in that building. It's being rehabbed right now, and there's big fences around it. So check the address in the documents. That's all. I thought it was a
No,
great
it's good.
document.
Dr. Driscoll, do we need to make that edit before we can vote on it, because it's a contractual edit, or are we good?
I think we would be good on that. We can go back and edit the address.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Great. Okay, good call on everybody's part, though. Good catch. Okay, all those in favor? Aye, motion passes. 7.01, board information. Mrs. Windsor.
Thank you, President Ewers. I won't make this long, but I wanted to say that I just came from a community event honoring ASU Scholarship Award winners. And I had an interesting experience sitting there because I realized that I grew up here. I live in the same house that I was raised in. And I purposely left to go away for college for a variety of reasons, but a major one of those was that I just didn't really believe that I belonged here, like in this community. Never felt really connected other than high school specifically, and which is probably why I became a high school teacher. But as I was sitting there, I realized that being a part of the school board, because I wanted to help children, made me connected to my community. And I wanted to thank not only the voters for having faith in me to do that, but also all of you who have welcomed me so openly and helped me in so many ways, both personally and professionally, and in my service. And I am grateful to have children who feel so connected because of all of your work and all the work of everybody at the schools, that my children are devoted to Tempe in a way that I have never experienced before as a child. So thank you for that.
Mr. Thierry?
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to recognize our AV department for putting together this PA system, even though the real one got fried. I appreciate you all very much. It looks like you pulled this thing out of my dad's basement. So anyway, thank you for rolling with the punches, and shout out to the engineers from 50 years ago for building something that still works.
I have been able to do some wonderful things around the community for the last couple of weeks, but two that I would like to talk about in particular was the Native American learning how to make blue corn mush. Am I saying that correctly? And I met with one of my friends who lives on the Indian Reservation, and it is really hard to make. So those girls made it look way easy. It was not mushy, it was lumpy. So, but I learned about the tradition of it, and it's really, really good. And you put indigenous honey on top of it, and it's way better than oatmeal. So if you can get the consistency down and you feel like trying it, I'm sure we can get them some lessons or some recipes on it. But it was a really neat time to experience that with those students and with Native Health. So thank you for putting that together. That was awesome. And curriculum nights were happening all over the place. I'd like to commend everyone. Those teachers don't get paid the extra time to be there. They want to be there so that parents can know what's happening. Okay, Mr. Thompson, do they get paid during that extra time? Yeah, it's just part of their job. But it's extra time. See, I'm very aware of all of your eyes. You know this, right? I'm watching all of you. Yeah. Right. I'm trying to be kind. But you know what? They usually get off a few hours earlier than they do when they stay on for curriculum night. So I'd like to say thank you to them, and thank you for caring about our families. And that I also, now that we're getting up into different grade levels, I too am now going to school because I'm having to learn along with my son. And if I didn't have curriculum night to know what I needed to be learning, then our homework tonight or Thursday night going into Friday night would have been a little bit more difficult. So thank you to everyone who put that together and who did that. And I know it's not as attended as we would like it to be, so I'd like to encourage our families when they see that to really embrace it, because it is a time for you to ask questions. And what you'll find out is when you're sitting around, if you hear a parent ask a question, you're like, oh, I had that same question and I didn't know I had it. So it's also a way for you to build a little bit of community in your classroom too. We're at a time where school choice can separate us from our neighborhoods and our kids come in, but having the parents come in and meet with the other parents makes it a little bit more inclusive for all. And I think those moments are really important, and I thank the district for spending. It does cost money, it does cost time, and I thank all of the facility members and the custodians who have to clean up after that, even though they had already just cleaned, they got to clean again. And for all of the staff, teachers, nurses, for everyone being there so that we can help our families guide their child through this next year. So with that said, 8.01, announcements and upcoming events. The 2025 ASBA 49th Annual Law Conference will be September 3rd and 5th, 2025 at the JW Marriott Camelback Inn Resort and Spa. 5402 East Lincoln Drive in Phoenix, 85253. The 2025 ASBA Delegate Assembly will be September 6, 2025 at the JW Marriott Camelback Inn Resort and Spa, 5402 East Lincoln Drive, Phoenix, Arizona, 85253. I do not have to look up that on my way there tomorrow. I've said it twice. There will be an Agenda Committee meeting on Wednesday, September 10th, 2025 at 11 a.m. The next regularly scheduled Governing Board meeting is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Parent-teacher conferences, will be held September 23rd through September 26th, 2025. Fall break, will be Monday, September 29th through Friday, October 10th, 2025. All schools will be closed, and the district-wide staff development will be held on that Monday, October 13th, 2025. So a reminder, on that Monday after fall break, all schools will be closed except for those who have to come to work. So 8.01, do I have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting? Oh, sure.
Can we have the ASU City of Tempe celebration football game? Because others may be there.
Okay.
Is that the 13th of September?
Yes.
Yeah,
And is that the one that, that 9/13? Okay.
and that's it. And I'll make a motion to adjourn, even though it's not my responsibility.
Do I have a second? Who will take responsibility? Thank you. All those in favor? Aye. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.